Hello. In today's video, we will be looking at the SSE-18 from Novritsch. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but I hope I am. This is what you'll get in the box. Of course, I've opened this already. In the United States, you'll get an orange tip, but I think almost anywhere else you'll get just the threads. So you might have to get a thread cover. On over here, we have a speed loader. It's a really nice one, I'd say. I've gotten a couple that are a bit more expensive and they're not really good. And this is a 500 milliamp hour battery. No, 550 milliamp hour battery, 7.4 volts. Not the most powerful thing in the world, but it powers this. Over there. Then, of course, we have the charger. Hold on one second. Got that gun lighter. This here. Now, it is a bit of a fat looking USB. That's the normal USB, and it's about 1/4 inch either way. You have the red light. You take the battery and make sure that these are pointed upright, aligning with these notches, and boom, charging indicator. So we're just gonna let that charge. It's mostly charged, but might as well leave it. And on to the SSE-18. It comes with a it holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 30 round magazine. No, let's not do that. It is a bit tricky getting these things, both of these to go. Okay, good. There go 30 rounds. But then, right here, you have the, I think, it's either a 75 round or a 100 round mag. Now, I think the only part that's actually functional is this little bit right here. Keeps on going down. Something I wish they would do is like wrap around or something. But I think it's just losing space. There we go. So the magazine here is metal, I believe. Metal or steel. Fairly hard spring. Now I got 2 of these magazines, but I cannot find the other one. But I have a problem with both of them pretty much. So with this magazine, it will not feed for the first couple of times. You'll like pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull, pull, pull. Nothing will happen. You have to switch to fully auto, pull the trigger, and then wait a little bit for the BBs to start loading. Or like start to feed before it'll actually work. This is your safety. Right now it's off, so I can pull the trigger. And it's a little hard to push this down from this position. I can get it about halfway, but yeah, it's kind of a struggle. Maybe if it wears out over time, but so far it's a good pistol. Now I also did get a holster with it, and that is right here. It's a right-handed holster. see, I cannot get that out. Push the button, boom. It just so happens that your pointer finger just happens to rest right there when you grab it. And if you like putting suppressors on your guns, there you go, you can fit it. But you might need to get a modified thing, or like modified holster if you want to have like a light on here, because with an attachment that is not going to fit at all. But I don't have a light for this thing, and it's pretty nice. So to shoot this, just get the gun out of here. Focus on the magazines. Now depending on which one, it'll be different for loading them. Absolutely not, that is not true. Now I think it is possible to load this one by hand, the one that it comes with. Pulling this back and pushing in. Yeah, it is totally possible, but I do not recommend it. And we've reached the end of that. Those BBs are there. Yeah, there's no room to put that. We're good, just gonna put that right there. And this one holds a bit more, so it takes a little bit longer. Chicka-ba-boom, chicka-ba-boom. That's absolute. Okay, here we are again. So it's only this magazine is completely full. I don't want to really fill this up because I don't want to use any more of my BBs. So I'm not sure what the FPS is on this thing, but it's not incredibly high. So let's go shoot it. So this is not quite done charging, but I don't care. So what you're gonna do, make sure it's unloaded. And you don't have to do this, but I almost always switch it to semi-auto. Oh, by the way, semi-auto is top, fully auto is bottom. You can see that one of these knobs is a bit longer. The shorter one is semi, the longer one is fully auto. So what you're gonna do is push here. There you go. Now there is usually a cover right here, but I took mine off because every time I put the battery in, it would pop off. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But what I do is I slip cables in this way. Let them sit. Make sure your gun is sit on safe, because I've had instances where this thing goes off. If it's not on safe, it's fairly annoying. I've already hit my hand with it a fair bit. Then just make sure none of the cables are pinched. Oh, no. Always switch to semi before installing slide. That is because this right here, this metal part right here, connects right there. Right there. That little part right there. Hold on. That little part. That little part right there. So if you hold that back, it'll switch to fully auto. Put the cap back on for this pen. and install the slide. So what you do, this thing is sticking out, switch to semi, and pop it in, wait for a snap. There's nothing in the magazine, because there is no magazine. Let's go shoot this thing. Sorry that the footage is kind of grainy. I don't have my GoPro, it's charging right now. But this is the SSE-18. Not the P, it's the E version. But here it is. Oh, of course not. What we're gonna do, can't do anything. Safety's on. I'm gonna pull the safety, she's live now. Seems to be something with my gun, because this thing is having trouble feeding. Maybe the hop-up's up too high? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about the hop-up. The hop-up is just right here. It's a little thing right there. That's shooting fairly straight. Let's see how they fly. So my final thoughts on the SSE-18 is that it's a good secondary pistol. If you really want to make it a primary, I would suggest you get some higher end parts, or it could just be my gun that doesn't act right. I'm not saying this is going to be how it is for every gun, but that's been my experience. But overall, it's a great gun. I give it a 4 out of 5, if not 5. Like and subscribe. See you next time.